Hi, my name is Bryn Sullivan, and I'm going to be presenting our team assignments 3 and 4. My fellow executives, Cam Gresham, Carlos Luis, and Daniel Brown, will be with us momentarily. Cam Gresham is going to start off the presentation.
Okay, so General Electric is a conglomerate that combines a wide range of industrial businesses under one roof. So what that means is they have many different businesses and they have a foothold in many different industries. So GE works in aviation, in biomechanical technology, in manufacturing. So what they do is they share information amongst their businesses in different industries. So if they make a technological advance in manufacturing, for example, they'll share all of that information that they've learned with their other businesses. So in turn, as all their businesses learn and grow and spend time in the field and obviously evolve and adopt new ways of doing things, they're going to share that amongst their businesses, which is going to build each of their individual businesses. And so GE is known to constantly be at the forefront of technological innovation, which allows them to create cutting edge products in many different industries. And so what that means is they're very much known for being ahead of the curve in technology and really setting the bar and the standard for new technologies being used. And so all their products are extremely valuable because all this information that they've adopted through their giant business conglomerate, all that business intelligence is only known within GE, and all those technologies are being used by GE. So since they build so much information within their businesses independently, it builds into a summation of a lot of information that they can use together for the greater good of GE as a whole. And so GE is admired by many companies for their success in digital marketing. They do a great job on Instagram, on Twitter, of really engaging customers and just writing like an interesting marketing scheme and just making it entertaining. And that goes a long way in like an industry that's not so entertaining, General Electric, but they definitely do a good job of like getting some customers to recognize them through their social media. So GE strategy on the corporate level, GE creates value through coordinating resources across business units and finding new ways to capitalize on the organization's capabilities and technologies. And so what that means is basically what I just talked about before is they coordinate resources and things they've learned amongst their business conglomerate as a whole and share that information amongst the individual business units. And so their business strategy, the main business strategy is differentiation. The goal is to attract target customers to products that are special and unique that require the cutting edge technology that GE is known for. Their functional strategy is one example would be their successful social media campaign. So that's one thing they're doing. And then their international company to country strategy. So what that means is that their company kind of can reach out to any country and they can do their job no matter where they are. So they definitely have a big global presence, and GE is known for that. They're one of the first country or companies in America to actually have 40% of their business be overseas. So they're definitely still building on that, and that allows them to hit a lot of markets since they're globalized.
Hi, my name is Bryn Sullivan, and I'm going to be walking you guys through our organization's business model and strategies. So to begin, the organization has been extremely successful in its past with chosen strategies. The company was founded in 1892 and has survived multiple Black Swan events throughout its time as a leading conglomerate. The company has been extremely successful in the past and will continue to embody success due to its longevity and its ability to prepare for the future with innovation. In September of 2017, Jeffrey R. Immelt took on the role of CEO and spoke about the challenges associated with the position as follows. He said, "I led a team of 300,000 people for 6,000 days. I led through recessions, bubbles, and geopolitical risks. I saw at least 3 Black Swan events. New competitors emerged, business models changed, and we ushered in an entirely new way to invest. But we didn't just persevere, we transformed the company. GE is well positioned to win in the future." This just goes to show the ability that one successful leader can have and its impact on the company. So the organization's business and corporate strategies have been successful. I would not say that it has had many downfalls, but there are always room for adjustments. The corporate strategies are successful, but there are always new adjustments to be made that can perpetuate the company's prosperity. Once again, Jeffrey R. Immelt explained the strategic transformation process by saying, during the transformation, you have to act and listen at the same time. You need to allow new thoughts to constantly come in, and you need to be open to the reality that your organization will have to pivot when it learns something new, while still having the courage to push people forward. That is especially relevant today, given that there's just constantly new technology and different ways to really manufacture goods. So it's really necessary for today that people are continuously innovating. Smart technology is continuously used at General Electric. It should continue to be used to gather data and data warehouses and help predict trends in the economy so that the company can better predict how to accommodate its resources and just continue to give the company the prevailing success it's had. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. General Electric should definitely consider investing in more technology. Actually, in my opinion, I think all companies should invest in more technology because it makes their operations more efficient and cost effective in the long run. So, General Electric should invest in more technology because of the demand for more innovative products that relate to green energy, improved industrial and commercial water use and productivity, and increased resource productivity through the use of smart machine to machine software and analytics. So, right now we have the COVID 19 situation, and that brings on a ton of opportunities that allows General Electric to take advantage of its strengths. One of the strengths of General Electric is data analytics. Um, the coronavirus brings along a huge demand for um, very skilled data analytics professionals because we have all this data and we need it to get broken down into ways that the general population can understand it. So there are opportunities for the organization to overcome its weaknesses in order to survive and thrive in its operating industry. Right now, let's go over General Electric's weaknesses, which are dependence on suppliers of raw materials, poor performance in Asian markets, and poor performance of the oil and gas segment. So I think the solutions to these weaknesses are we need to build more raw materials at General Electric. We need a greater presence and adaptability to the Asian markets, and we need to go into more wind and solar energy um, than what we have been doing lately because that is where energy is trending towards. Also, there is an opportunity for General Electric to deal effectively with environmental threats. Uh, right now, General Electric has done a lot of work with cybersecurity. Um, General Electric has now a more precise ability to detect cyber threats and enable industrial systems to proactively neutralize viruses, just like our body does with their immune system. Um,
My colleague previously discussed some opportunities for GE, and I'm going to dive into one specifically. So I'm going to talk about the solar division of GE. General Electric has invested $650 million into solar and wind since 2015. Despite General Electric being a world leader in the renewable energy, it's always been a fairly small portion of the company, which has always been overshadowed by power plants, oil, gas, aviation, GE Capital, healthcare, which have generated more revenue and more profits for the company. When energy suffers from the same issue as like power plants do, because it's very intense price competition in order to gain market share, GE is currently competing against some pretty top rivals in the industry, such as Denmark's Vestas and Siemens GMS. Some benefits for the corporation of going to solar and wind would be a global supply of renewable energy and electricity have been growing faster than expected, actually by 50% in the next 5 years, powered by a resurgence in solar energy. The International Energy Agency has also found that solar and wind and hydropower projects are rolling out at a faster rate in the past 4 years than ever before. GE could use this scale in a number of ways. It could acquire its way into dominance in solar, energy storage, and smart devices. It could also leverage GE Capital to develop and build renewable energy projects using other companies' technology. And as an existing supplier of utilities around the world, it could leverage its existing relationships to expand into renewable energy empire, as it has done in its current convenient ways of empire. So 4 recommendations for GE to kind of continue on success. GE should invest heavily into smart technology in order to have autonomous factories to keep costs down and capture valuable data through Internet of Things in order to gain sustainable competitive advantage. Another thing GE should do is focus on business that are producing large amount of profits like aerospace and have huge potential like solar and wind, and terminate or sell industries that are not promising like oil and gas, which is currently dragging the industry down and causing GE to fall into financial crisis. GE also should learn from this black swan event that a single occurrence can shut down an industry. So GE should remain diversified so they can handle any black swan event that will happen in the future. GE should also focus on research and development because what is viewed as smart technology today may be obsolete in a short period of time. So R&D will keep the company at a sustainable, really good competitive advantage in the field. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation. Hopefully our recommendations actually persuade you to kind of stay with GE.